you with no pressure, just practical solutions and hope for tomorrow. To cut your interest rates and help your credit score, call Trinity today at 800-370-5513. That's 800-370-5513. Get a fresh start. Call for free information now. 800-370-5513. 800-370-5513.
Sports Journey. Sports Journey Network.
Radio stations and internet streams are activated. Over the next couple of hours you will be taken on a sports journey. This journey encompasses serious sports talk for the serious sports fan. Sports Journey with Lake Lewis is now underway.
And I'm taking back this mind. And everything's gonna be just like it used to be.
Welcome everyone. Sports Journey with myself, Lake Lewis, and I'm up here in New Jersey tonight at Fork River House, 121 South Main Street, Fork River, New Jersey. You can check them out on their Facebook page at Lacy Moose. That's right, folks. So Fork River House got 3 great guests for tonight's show. One of those guys is Cristiano Oliveira, otherwise known as Chris Oliveira. Does our midday show live from Newark, New Jersey. What's up, Chris?
What's going on, Lake? Thanks for having me on, man.
I appreciate you coming out. We also have 2 young NFL players that are expecting some big things from themselves as well as their fan base out there. On the end, we have New York Jet, former second-round draft pick Vladimir Duccase. How you doing, Vlad?
Doing good. How y'all doing?
All right, pretty good, pretty good. And then also right here to my left, we have Alex Joseph of the San Francisco 49ers via Temple University, who beat my Penn State Nittany Lions yesterday.
Sir.
You know I wasn't going to let you come on and just not get on you about that.
My house, baby.
That was a little disappointing, man. I actually thought Penn State had a chance to beat Temple. I will say this. I actually said whoever won that game could beat San Diego State, and I still think Temple has a shot.
I think so, too. I mean, they played a great game. I watched the game. I was in class, actually, so I was watching on the computer.
In class?
Yeah, not paying attention. You know.
Nice, nice.
Rooting
All
for
you
my
kids
school.
at home, don't do that.
Rooting for my school, man. But, yeah, my boys, they came out and did their thing, man. I was proud of them. I like exactly what they did. They came out with a W. That's all you need.
You know, one of the things that I also have to commend you about is that, everyone says, well, if you're San Francisco 49er, obviously there's a lockout right now, and you guys are just waiting and to find out what's going to happen, and we'll talk about that briefly. But you're in school right now finishing up your degree.
Yep.
So you have to be commended for that.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Now, a lot of people think that the NFL guys make all this money and, you're just laying in the riches until the season starts. And I can tell people as a credential media with the Washington Redskins and doing stuff with those guys down there, that is not the case. So going back and getting your degree, you definitely want to have something to fall back on.
Yep. Yes, indeed. I mean, I came back to finish up my criminal justice degree. I want to join the Secret Service after football.
Secret Service?
Yeah. So watch out.
and you see on the end down there, Vlad is like, Now, there's a story that a lot of people may not know, but the two of you guys go way back, right?
Yeah. High school.
All the way back to Massachusetts?
Nah,
Connecticut.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you
high
got
school ball.
Did you guys think that? I mean, let me ask you, Vlad. Did you think that Alex was going to make it to the NFL?
Yeah, I knew he was going to make it. I mean, I followed him a little bit when he was at Temple. He was doing his thing. So I knew he was going to make it.
Now, what did you think that Vlad was going to make it?
I knew he was going to make it, but I always wanted to play him. I always wanted to hit him.
Did you guys go to like a high school powerhouse in Connecticut? Or was it decent?
It was decent. It was decent. It wasn't a powerhouse.
And 2 NFL players out of that
it
roster?
wasn't a powerhouse?
Nah, I mean, we had a lot of talent, but, hey.
Did you guys graduate the same year?
Yeah.
So what was your final record your senior year?
What, 6-4?
Oh, my gosh. I'd like to see who they were playing against.
I mean, we were playing against our schedule was pretty tough, though, so.
It had a lot of top teams in Connecticut, Staples, Greenwich.
Trumbull,
yeah, those guys are big-time schools.
Any players that you guys are playing against in the NFL?
To be honest, no, I don't think so.
Wow.
I think we're the only guys.
That makes that 6-4 even more disappointing.
Yeah, who you telling? Who are you telling?
Now, Vlad, you have an opportunity this year. I think most people think that you should be one of the Jets' starting offensive linemen. The question is it going to be a guard? Is it going to be a right tackle? Can you inform some of the fans out there, where do you think it's going to be?
Well, I know that they moved me out to right tackle, before, after the season ended, moving me right tackle. But, for the most part during the season, I've been getting work at left side and the right side, guard tackle. So, I don't know, but we'll see. But, I know I'm ready to go. So,
Damian Woody, guys are gone now. There's only one guy that is entrenched, and that's DeBrickashaw Ferguson on the left tackle. But other than that, Chris, you cover these guys.
No, you got Mangold at center. You have plenty of guys that will still be back next year, but he's definitely looking at a starting position for the New York Jets, especially after now Woody being gone. And you're a high draft pick.
Yeah, well, we still got guys, Slauson, Mango.
Slauson moved in with his family.
Yeah, I heard that.
His wife and kids moved back in home.
You gotta do what you gotta do, And so, and you also got Brendan Moore, which is pretty good. I learned a lot from Brendan Moore, and right now, I know that Wood is gone, and Wayne, as the season was ending, playoff, Wayne started most of the games, and he did a pretty good job. So, right now, I don't know, what's gonna happen, but I know right now Wayne's ahead of me. So, yeah.
Between Mangold and DeBrickashaw, right? I know they're both fantastic, but out of both of them, which one you most impressed with?
That's a tough question.
If you're playing on the other side, which one don't you want to face?
Man, it's a tough. It's a tough
your
question.
Teammate
because Mango's the man is smart. He knows his stuff, and his technique is pretty good. It's just I never played with a center like that before. And the Brick, on the other hand, strong. Sometimes I'm giving him a look at defense, and sometimes he's punching me. I'm like, oh wow.
So he's the one with the feisty side to him.
Yeah, he's pretty strong, and good footwork. And like I said, I learned a lot, especially from him, and playing tackle.
But you're being very humble. You know that. We didn't expect anything less, but. Come on now. For your fans, for Vladimir Duccase fans out there, are you starting this year?
I know. Like I said before, I'm ready to go. It's my second year. I got to do some. I can't stay on the sideline like last year just watching. I got to get into the action.
And plus, there might not even be a year.
Well, we
could get into that a little bit later on.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll absolutely talk about that later. Did you ever get to play against any of these guys that we're talking about?
No, I actually didn't. I just played in the last game of the season for the 49ers.
Okay.
Nah,
on special teams.
He'll be on his back.
This little guy's been talking. This little guy's been talking since high school.
Did you guys play just like now on the defensive side of the ball? You on the offensive side of the ball in high school, or did you guys?
No, we switched in high school. The only time I had a chance to go against him was all-state practice, and
he still couldn't catch me.
Nah, he was running away from me.
I was making plays in the backfield.
Nah, he was
hitting his head like, what happened?
He was
too fast for him.
He was running away from me, so.
Now, you think of some of the players that you just talked about, DeBrickashaw Ferguson. You talked about just the guys that have helped you in your progression. But we talked about it a few minutes before we came on the air. Patrick Willis. Chris thinks he's the best linebacker in the game. If he's not, I think he's one or two. So, let me ask you this: if you have a guy like that is showing you the ropes, how does that help your game day in and day out?
That guy just off the week that I met him and talked to him, and I got just a little bit of coaching from him, but what I got from him was everything I needed.
Mm-hmm.
He's a player of the game. He knows exactly what he's doing out there. He's the commander out there. So I commend him for that. Just alone, just off of teaching me what he knows. Overall, he's just a great guy. Great guy as well.
Now,
he's quiet, but he's a great guy.
Now, I know you got there late, but that team, going into the season, they were highly touted. You're talking about a lot of people were predicting that they were going to win the West. You guys were disappointing. Is it all on the quarterback just coming out? Because I know that's the one spot that you guys are lacking, and hopefully now Harbaugh straightens that out. But is it all on the quarterback, or was it more of a team? From your perspective, and I'm not trying, I don't want you to throw anybody under the bus.
Yeah.
But realistically, from your thoughts, was it more of a team thing or a lot to do with the quarterback?
Honestly, I really can't say what it was. but just being there for that 1 week, I mean, that was a great team. It reminded me of my college team. Everybody was close. They've been in the locker room, talking to each other. There weren't any cliques and stuff like that. So I can't really say what it was that held them back. But I know if they won that one, if they had that one game, I mean, it definitely would have been in the playoffs.
Because I tell you, going into the season, myself included, and a lot of people that I know predicted that the San Francisco 49ers would go ahead and win the West. I figure Singletary will be there forever because we all remember the game where he brought out Davis and he's going in his face and he's making him cry, Vernon Davis. And we're talking about a guy that as intense as anybody in the head coaching position in the NFL. I figured this guy, I really did. I thought this guy was going to be there for years to come. And when you guys, I mean, you were there late, but when you guys, San Francisco 49ers, came out slow off the starting gates, that really shocked me. And everybody else around the NFL. And that's just something I'm surprised right now that Harbaugh is even talking about bringing back Alex Smith. He's sugarcoating it.
I mean, he's a great coach. Just off of what he's done at Stanford. I mean, I'm looking forward to meeting him in person. I talked to him. We've been playing phone tag, to be honest, going back and forth. I'll be in class, and he'll call me, and then I'll call him
This
back.
before the lockout or after the lockout?
I was going to say, because we know now.
Not right now. Not right now.
You
No,
get a lot of guys in trouble with that.
Yeah, no trouble over here. And it's way before the lockout. I guess when he first got there, he gave everybody on the roster a call. But it's been going back and forth.
That's pretty impressive, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, for him to do that, and, going back to what you're saying, Chris, maybe he feels like, considering what he did with Andrew Luck, maybe he feels like, listen, maybe I'm the guy that can bring out the talents that made Alex Smith the number one pick in the draft. Me personally, I don't know if that's possible, but hey, I mean, if you're a great coach, those are the kind of things challenges you're up for.
And son, talking about Andrew Luck, I mean, I want to ask both of you guys this. If you guys were in Andrew Luck's shoes and you had the opportunity to be the number one overall pick, would you guys have come out or would you gone back to school?
That's a tough decision. I mean,
Yeah, it's kind of tough, man.
I mean, look, that's guaranteed. You're talking about possibly, even though the new collective bargaining hopefully will be reached soon, but number one pick, you're talking about millions and millions rather than risking an injury. The number one pick, that's enticing.
Yeah, you're right. But, I mean, it depends on the person and how they were raised. I mean, some guys are big on education before the NFL. Some guys really make that decision to say, you know what, I'm going to go finish up school before I go to the NFL.
Yeah, I might have to go out with Alex here, Yeah, I might have to
You
go
guys
out.
don't have to be politically
no,
correct.
no,
here.
no, let me say,
I'm
because
just saying off of how I was raised personally.
Well,
I mean,
You could do like you did now. Come out, get your millions guaranteed, and go back to school in the summer, just like you're doing now.
You know,
But the problem is that when you got all that million, you forgot about school.
yeah,
bro.
a lot of people
So,
forget about school.
Well, the other thing too is, once again, it goes back to knowing the guys for the Skins, and most of those players. I mean, you're lucky if 10 of those guys made more than $900,000 this year. And I know to the average person, the common person, they're going to say, okay, so what are you complaining about? But my point is that the money that you see the NBA guys get, the money that you see Major League Baseball players get, it is nothing. The NFL players are getting compared to that. So, and when we talk about the fact that you're putting your bodies on the line, and let's get into this. Let's make the transition into the CBA, because I always like to get young players' perspective on this. It's easier for the older guys, the Drew Brees, the Tom Bradys, the Peyton Mannings to file lawsuits, because they are the faces of those franchises.
Their bank accounts are stacked.
Exactly. But for guys like yourself who are trying to prove yourselves and both taking different routes to get where you are, I'd like to hear your perspective on these things. Let me ask you this. You're back in school. Now, I do know, Vladimir, you're Haitian.
Yeah.
Your mother still lives in Haiti.
Yeah, most of them.
Okay,
yeah.
So unfortunately, we all remember what happened last year, and those are the reasons why you talk about education outside of just playing football, I'm sure.
Yeah, true. I mean, Alex can tell you because, same background here.
Yeah, we're both Haitians.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Coming from a Haitian background, education comes first before everything. I mean, I remember when
I see some fear in his eyes when he's saying that, if mom came after him.
It's the truth, man. The Haitian parents, they don't play games.
Yeah, they don't play around.
You come home with a bad report card, you better
start running.
You better put on a couple layers of underwear.
I mean, because when Tabor told me, though, your guy, when he told me, he said, listen, I got a guy that I definitely want to have come out. And he said he's actually back in school, plays for the 49ers, and I'm thinking to myself, he's back in school, you mean like now? He said, yeah, he's actually finishing up his degree. And I thought, that's what I'm talking about. Because, see, those are the kind of stories that, unfortunately, Chris and myself in the media, we don't get a chance to really go in depth with those kind of stories. So, once again, to see you two guys up here talking about education, how educated have you informed yourselves as far as what's going on in the CBA?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know what's going on, and, I got all the details I could because, I'm always online, reading, and, my agent, Joe Lenta, he talked to me about it. He actually explained to me what's going on. So,
do you have a take on it? Because I'm going to surprise you guys.
You know something? I want to interrupt you guys because, one thing I like to do is just get a lot of people's perspectives. And we're talking about whether your number one pick, would you come out. So I'm going to ask you guys another question. If you guys are coming out right now, and the so-called rumors going around that the young kids are being advised by the NFLPA not to go and partake into the NFL draft. What do you guys think about that? I mean, I don't know if either of you guys got an opportunity to go up on stage, but if you had that opportunity, would you guys turn it down? Would you guys be union guys and company men all the way?
Like you said, it's like a great thing, just to be there. Like you've been working all your life to be in that position, and
your family's with you for free, basically.
Yeah,
that's everybody's dream.
It's a paid vacation.
Sure.
Well, it's also a chance for them to be acknowledged.
Yeah, all that stuff. But at the same time, you pretty much in the NFL now because like you pretty much like all the NFL players now.
Yeah.
So at the same stuff. So there's a little bit like which side you gotta choose, but when you look at it, at the end of the day, it's like you with us now. Like as soon as you sign, like you like an NFL player.
It's
now,
a fraternity.
But every single one of those guys in that fraternity had that opportunity.
True.
They had that opportunity.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, now they're taking, like you guys are talking about, you guys are both Haitian, your family's in Haiti.
Yeah.
You're talking about now you get your parents to come out here to New York City, which I don't know if they have been out here, but if they haven't, it's everybody's dream to be out in New York City. Now they're having an opportunity. You getting hotel, food, I mean, this is an opportunity that I think the NFLPA, my opinion, should not get the young kids involved.
Well,
Let them go through that. It's every single other player in the NFL had that opportunity. And if they find some sort of an agreement, fine. But let those kids go through it. Just because you're going up there and smiling for a picture doesn't mean that you're agreeing with everything that's going on right now.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I mean, just growing up, just as a child, that's just a dream to be on that stage, to be there taking a picture of Roger Goodell. Like that's a child's dream, especially if this is the sport that he loves.
Well, I mean, now they're saying that there's an opportunity maybe with the the NFLPA, what they're going to do is have something and you walk across the stage and shake DeMaurice Smith's hand. And first and foremost, he's from Silver Spring, Maryland. That's my hometown. So, he's representing. But outside of that, this is kind of where I caught some of the players last week off guard because as a business owner myself, you ask the question as far as opening up the books. And as a business owner, I don't feel like I need to open my books up to anybody but the IRS. I mean, that's the truth. However, I understand that if I was clearing $1 billion off the top,
True.
That opens up a whole nother Pandora's box right there.
And that's where you need to open your book.
Books right there. That's where you got to open it up.
If you're asking for
that's
more money, we want to see, so.
But do you guys, I mean, this is what I've asked the players. Do you legitimately feel like you guys are partners? Because that, to me, still is a owner-employee situation.
I mean, when
they're writing your checks.
I mean, when you look at it, everybody in the same boat right now, so. And we got to stick together. I mean, you can't do nothing about it. I mean,
we just got to wait for a conclusion, really.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all playing the waiting game.
Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Whether there's a CBA signed there now, you guys are never on the same page with the owners because these guys could sign you today and cut you tomorrow.
True.
With no repercussion. I mean, they could just get rid of you guys. So
literally,
whether there's a CBA, you guys have never been on the same page with these guys.
Yeah, you're right. That's another thing that I was just talking to a couple friends about today. Temple just had their pro day today, so I was talking to a few guys about that. It's kind of hard being a football player growing up in college, not being able to have a lot of, like, some guys don't have the money during college to do whatever they need to do, go out to a movie, do this and that. So I was kind of talking how I feel college players should get paid in a way, but especially when you're making it to the NFL, you're looking at baseball, basketball. Those guys are getting guaranteed money. Guaranteed. They're getting it. They just signed their names on the line, and that money's theirs. You can't take it away at all. Football, you sign a contract, that money, you're not seeing any of that.
But let me ask you guys something, and I'm not trying to stray away from the CBA, but when it comes to paying guys, right, and you guys are both college athletes, big-time football players, how do you go about paying guys? I mean, what do you pay the starting quarterback, and what do you pay the backup kicker? I mean, how does that work? I mean, should you all be equal? Because to me, that's a big topic.
I think.
How do you straighten that out?
Absolutely, guys should be paid.
In college, I think everybody should be paid the same amount.
Oh, the same amount. So I'm the starting quarterback. My jersey's being sold all over, and no disrespect, but you're sitting in the back. You don't even get a snap a year. You get the same amount. Somebody's going to complain about that.
No.
There's going to be complaints about throughout the whole round because you got 110 guys deep on certain squads.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're saying that guys need to be paid like if they're like it's a job.
Yeah.
We're talking about the stipends.
Yeah,
because
get
when you,
something. Like some. Like, go ahead.
No,
like
I was going to say we're all former college players. You get a little measly $15 to go eat when you're on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, that's – come on now.
At least give the guys maybe $100 a week, maybe something.
I'm not saying I disagree with you totally on that matter. I'm just being honest, my honest opinion. And I was an athlete myself once upon a time, and I'll tell you, if my backup that hasn't played all year is getting the same amount that I'm getting and my jersey's being sold, I'm going to have a problem with that. So you might not have a problem with that. But somebody.
Somebody will, yeah.
That'll be a major problem. And then how do you go on? To me, that's the major problem in this is how do you go about paying? Who do you pay? How do you pay? You can't pay, Andrew Luck, let's say $1,000 a month, for example. And then the third string guy, he's never going to play.
He's getting the same amount.
$1,000. What do you think Angelo is going to say?
I mean,
Cam Newton, his jersey all over America, and his backup. What's Cam Newton going to say? I mean, I know he got $100,000 up front. I'm joking. I'm joking. But what's he going to say?
I mean,
man, it's part of the game.
Yeah, it's a hard decision, but what can you do? You got college guys.
You take the money. I mean, that's what you do.
You do that too.
I mean,
you got college guys.
That get a pay cut when they go to the NFL, right? The USC guys.
Do a little something.
The USC guys.
But you got college guys going to class, going to practice, weigh-ins, going to breakfast, doing all these things. And I understand you're getting a free education. Yeah, that's the most important thing. But at the same time, at least give some money so you can do things outside of football, outside of school. Like, some guys want to go and get a fresh pair of shoes to go out.
Right.
Some guys can't afford that. Their families don't have that stature where they can say, okay, you take this for the weekend, you could whatever do this. Not a lot of guys can do that. A lot of guys that are in college, they're so gifted as far as playing football, and some of them just make the SATs. So they just make the SATs and they just make it to school. So their education really isn't up there, but their backgrounds, like a lot of guys grow up in the hood. And in the hood, you're not going to have $1,000 to just give to your son like that.
And these aren't excuses. I mean, this is real life stuff.
Yeah, those are facts. Right
It's
there.
real life stuff, folks. Right now we're at Fork River House here at 121 South Main Street, Fork River, New Jersey. We'll be here every Thursday, folks, not on Friday. Tonight's special night. We have two great young men with us, NFL guys. Alex Joseph for the San Francisco 49ers linebacker. Also played his college football locally at Temple University. Also, Vladimir Duccase, Jets second-round draft pick from last year. Should be starting lineman this year for the New York Jets. Couple things. Just for our listening audience out there, if you're watching right now on sportsjourney.com, you can definitely get into the chat box. There's so many people that watch the programs, but a lot of them don't want to get in the chat box because they feel like we're going to go after them or something like that. But this is good, clean conversation. Let us know your thoughts on the CBA. Also, if you have some questions for Vladimir, if you have some questions for Chris Oliveira, who's coming down, our midday host, if you have some questions for Alex as well, or myself, let us know your thoughts on sportsjourney.com in the chat box. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more with these young men here from Fork River House here, 121 South Main Street here in Fork River, New Jersey. Hang tight.
Serious sports talk. The Serious Fan. We're the Sports Journey Broadcast Network.
Thinking of replacing your roof? Don't wait till the next storm hits. If it's time for a new roof, choose a company you can trust. Get your roofing installed the right way with Sears. Call Sears for a free in-home consultation at 1-800-769-4821. You can save $500 if you call right now. Sears offers the latest material technology as well as a wide variety of styles and shades. Your new roof is inspected and professionally installed to meet or exceed all codes, and your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call Sears now and you'll save $500. Add beauty, protection, and peace of mind with Sears Roofing. Call Sears for a free in-home consultation at 1-800-769-4821. Hurry, offer ends soon. Not available in all areas. Installation provided by Sears authorized licensed contractors. License information available upon request. Call 1-800-769-4821 now and save $500 with Sears Roofing. That's 1-800-769-4821. Sears.
Hi, this is Joe Perry and Steven Tyler of Aerosmith for Red. You know, it's okay to rock and roll and party down. Just don't get in that 2,000-pound bullet when you're done and cocked. And please don't drink and drive. I'm the one that jaded you.
A reminder that friends don't let friends drive drunk. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council, U.S. Department of Transportation, National Association of Broadcasters, and RAD.
Are you in need of an IRS tax bailout? Do you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes? You need aggressive representation. Call now and speak to one of our tax attorneys, enrolled agents, or tax professionals that specialize in tax liens, back taxes, tax debt, wage garnishment, and collections. During these tough economic times, the IRS is looking for every penny they can get, and we know how to negotiate with them for you. We've settled millions of dollars of back taxes for a fraction of the cost. Call 800-630-7610 now and find the peace of mind knowing the IRS will not be knocking on your door. Protect your home, business, and family today. Call IRS Tax Advisors at 800-630-7610 now. You still have time before the tax laws change. Call today for your free no-obligation consultation. This single telephone call with one of our tax attorneys, enrolled agents, or tax professionals could save you thousands. Call IRS Tax Advisors at 800-630-7610. That's 800-630-7610.
Medcare Diabetic, how may I help you?
Hello,
I'm a diabetic with insurance, and I just heard your talking meter and free blood pressure monitor promotion on the radio.
Medcare Diabetic, accredited by the Joint Commission for National Quality Recognition, is offering to you a brand new talking monitor that draws blood from anywhere on your body. No more punctured fingers, no pain, no eye strain, and it talks to you. Listen.
112.
And it's multilingual.
112.
Call right now. Qualify and receive as a bonus a blood pressure monitor absolutely free.
That's great. How do I receive both my talking meter with testing supplies and my bonus blood pressure monitors?
If you have Medicare or insurance, Medcare Diabetic may send both your monitors and test supplies directly to your home at no cost. Insulin and syringes are available as well. Copay and deductibles may apply. Call 800-513-0162. That's 800-513-0162. Medcare Diabetic at 800-513-0162.
Concentrate, Ben. Yes, that's good.
The odds of a child becoming a professional golfer? 1 in 140,000. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. Here are some of the signs. No big smiles or other joyful expressions by 6 months, no back and forth sharing of sounds or facial expressions by 9 months, and no babbling by 12 months. To learn more of the signs, visit autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, everyone. Fork River House here. Sports Journey with myself, Lake Lewis, as well as Chris Oliveira, all the way from Newark, New Jersey. Vladimir Duccase, New York Jet offensive lineman. And right here to my left, a Temple University soon-to-be grad. I mean, come on now. It's very discouraging to me to have to sit next to a Temple person right now.
Terrible. They took an L, man. He's mad.
And like the listeners at home know, they could go on and sign on to the chat box and give us their questions. And right now, somebody wants to ask Alice a question. Want to ask you where'd he go? I'm sorry. Were you a Navarro Bowman battling for position to back up Takeo Spikes?
No. Well,
Penn State.
Patrick Willis actually. He was out the last week, I guess, his hand. So Navarro played for him, and I was backing up to Kale. So, I mean, going into next year, I mean, everybody, it's a free-for-all, I guess. So I'm just going to go out there and do what I can do.
Penn Stater.
Yeah,
I had to keep throwing that out there.
I'm just saying.
Michael Robinson.
Y'all lost the other day. So
Michael Robinson, Penn
You lost
Stater.
the other day. You lost to Temple.
Oh, man. Now look, just University of Miami.
Golden.
I took some heat down in Miami this year. I obviously did my show on ESPN Radio from Florida. I took some heat this year for breaking the John Gruden to University of Miami thing. It didn't happen, but he did negotiate for it. I mean, I wasn't altogether wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, make a long story short, a lot of people in Miami were very disappointed with the hire of Al Golden, and I can tell you, having some Penn State ties, he's a really good coach.
Great coach.
You think they got a good fit down there?
I think they do. I don't know if those Florida boys know what they're getting themselves into.
You think he could recruit at that level? Because those guys are brash. We all know about the youth.
Yeah.
He'll be up to par?
I think he can do it. He changed Temple completely. I'm talking, he turned us from kids to men in a matter of 4 years. So,
And he's a defensive guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so what has been lacking at the University of Miami has been the identity of that defense. And I know Randy Shannon had been there for years, and he was instrumental in all the great defensive players that came out of the University of Miami. But it just didn't seem like the last couple of years, just watching them, and they had some great young recruits. They didn't have the swagger. The one thing that people used to get upset with the University of Miami, that's what they were lacking in.
I mean, I have no idea what happened with Miami, but it's still a great program. Can't knock them for that, but it's still a great program. But with Golden being there, I have a feeling he's going to do some amazing things like he did at Temple. So I'm not even worried.
And right now we have another question for Vlad. Somebody wants to know if the Terminator hit you real hard on his way to eliminating a linebacker, did he get his hands on you?
Nah, thank God that happened. Well, the thing with him, he just got to move out of the way and let him do his work. So.
You think of the personalities on your team. It starts with your head coach.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I remember him down in Baltimore, and, you know, the defense had his identity. They really went after it. And he's brought that to New York. And I know a lot of people around the country are really, you know, at times think he's, you know, got a big mouth. They don't like him being so brash and talking up the Jets. But there was none of that before he got there.
I mean, he's a great coach. I mean, if you don't like him, then I don't know. But he's a great coach. And, I mean, yeah, you know, we do talk a lot, but, you know, we always end up showing it on TV. So I don't know why they're mad at.
We saw Hard Knocks while you guys are being filmed by Hard Knocks. I'm not going to get into that.
Two votes.
You got the third place and the second place vote.
Hey, I ain't mad at that, though.
I told him he was ugly since high school.
I felt like telling him, you know, you're not as ugly as they portrayed you to be. But
come on,
my favorite line for Coach Ryan is, let's get a snack. You
Yeah.
recall that? I know you got to be serious, but deep down inside, were you cracking up?
I mean, yeah, of course.
Let's get a GD snack.
You got to bring a little tension at time, but, you know, I mean, it's Coach Ryan, you know, and we have fun, and we get the job done, too, so. And that's football when you look at it.
I mean, he came out a couple weeks ago and said that he guarantees this year that you'll get the job done.
He does that every other week.
Yeah, but you know what? You want your coach to have confidence in you. You know, you want your coach to feel like, you know, I'm coaching a team that expects to win a Super Bowl every year, because if not, I mean, you're talking about somebody that's taking people's money and wasting the fan base time. And Chris, being from New York, you know, from Jersey, knows that market. And he's told me over and over and over that the Giants own that market. From afar, it looks to me like the power's shifting just a little bit.
Jets again in the conversation now, for sure.
And that's big, though.
Nah, we on the conversation now.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, the funny thing for me is that, I mean, I don't got anything against the Giants. You know, my teammate Victor Cruz played for the Giants, and
he's nice.
Unfortunately, got hurt.
He'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back. But the thing is that
he tore you guys up in preseason.
Yeah, he did. So.
He killed the white a couple of times.
But when you look at it, it's like, where all the Giants fans at, though? After a while, you ain't see no Giants fans. They were all Jets fans, so.
I'll tell you this much, though. Hey, Vlad, I know you're getting a little cocky here. Hold on.
I know you're
getting a little cocky here. But the Giants did not have any problems selling their PSLs. That's
Listen,
I mean, that speaks for something, right?
I mean, when you're talking about the
That
New York
speaks for
Jets,
something.
you got to act like that, though. So.
You guys think you have the right quarterback in place to take you to the next level?
Well, yeah, we do. I mean, you look at his playoff numbers. I mean, come on.
Hey, you know what? This guy was sitting back all day. He was quiet.
All you got to do is mention Ryan to him.
You see him. Once you get him rolling, he's got. Everybody thinks Vladdy's all quiet and nice. I know the true side of that boy.
You start talking about his coach, and all of a sudden he's
I mean, you know, when you look at it, I mean, Coach Ryan, I mean, you know, we talk about it like winning a Super Bowl. I mean, but that's a lot of teams don't want to talk about that. But every year, that is the goal, though. I mean, what's the point of hiding? Like, yeah, but I mean, your goal is to win a Super Bowl every year. So might as well come out and say it.
Let me ask you something. Once you guys beat the New England Patriots.
And we did.
No, I know you did. You did. Once you beat them, you thought you were home safe now? You thought this was going to be a cakewalk for you guys to get to the Super Bowl finally after, seems like 50 years, since 1969?
I mean, nah. I mean, you know, after, you know, we beat the Patriots, you know, we know we had Steelers, and we knew, you know, the next game, I mean, after we won the last game we played them, we knew it wasn't going to be easy.
Palomalo didn't play that game.
I mean, and you still.
Oh, Chris will antagonize you all night, just to let you know.
I don't think that was a factor, to tell you the truth.
I don't think it was a factor.
I don't think it was a factor.
The defensive player of the year wasn't a factor.
Listen,
we were running the ball left and right, and nobody was stopping us.
Okay, let me say this. The defensive player of the year in the Super Bowl, did Palomalo even play in the Super Bowl?
I mean, look, when you look at it,
he was on the field. You could say that. You know what? He was a decoy. And you being on the offensive side of the ball, you know. You guys are looking for him on every single play, pre-snap.
I mean, you got
that alone is a distraction.
Somebody else is gonna make a play.
I mean,
every day is a distraction.
I mean, if you're not looking for him, I mean, you gotta be ready for him. I mean, I got a lot of respect for the man, and he does a great job. I'm not even gonna lie. But you just got to keep an eye out on them, and that was the whole point, like, going into that game and play, looking for him and, make sure you get your job done at the same time.
Well, I mean, you look at the teams you guys played against, or that in your division. You look at, the past few years, the Colts or, another team outside of your division that's always like a blueprint for a lot of teams. But who is the blueprint for the Jets? Because to me, visually, it seems like the closest thing to you would be Pittsburgh Steelers. As far as a championship caliber team, is that the team you feel like you have to get beyond to get past the next hurdle?
No.
So who would it be? Is it the Patriots?
He knows the team they beat. He knows who it is.
See, he doesn't want to say the Patriots.
He doesn't want to say who it is, but he knows who it is. Everything they do.
Get it out, Vladdy. Get it out.
All I know is that whoever it is, we'll get past it. That's what I know. So.
Everything they do. They'll go out as far and tell you that they got smacked 45 to whatever it was just to play possum.
Hold on. When you look at it, like, when put like that, when we're in the playoff, right? We're about to play the Colts. Like, everybody, nobody was with us, though. I used to be looking at ESPN, I was like, one person picked the Jets to win, and we got the job done.
I picked the Jets to win.
And so...
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, you got to give the Jets a lot of credit for winning that game.
You need to give me some credit in your market too.
But the New York Jets have to give their head coach a lot of credit too.
Oh yeah.
No, not your head coach.
No, all right.
The Indianapolis coach could. Because my man's calling time. Peyton Manning shaking his head on the sideline. He's like, "What's going on here?" You got to give a lot of credit, Vlad. You guys been there 2 years in a row. Something you haven't done in a long time.
Sure.
But sometimes we all know, in order to be good, you need to be lucky. You need all the right bounces to go your way.
So that's why we got the off season. They got the off season to figure out, what went wrong, all that stuff, and we right back at it again.
I mean, they're a team that feels like they're going to be in the Super Bowl. Let's do this. Let's look at the upcoming NFL draft, and it's still going on regardless, lockout or not. Yep. Okay. You look at some of the teams that are at the top of the list. Obviously, Carolina Panthers, Denver Broncos, Buffalo Bills, Cincinnati Bengals. To me, those are teams that are irrelevant at the end of the day. I mean, right now, at least for right now, they're irrelevant. But then you look at some teams that are right there, a team that looks like it could be on the cusp of turning things around quickly. Your team, San Francisco, picked 7. And I think Chris and me both agree you need to hope that Blaine Gabbert or Cam Newton or somebody sitting out there, because I'm not sold with Alex Smith as your quarterback. That's just us. My question to you is, who would you take? It lets you be the
if I could pick,
if you're the GM of the 49ers, who do you take? Your team. You're picking for your team that you play for.
I'll go for Cam. I'll try to get Cam. Cam is an all-around guy. I mean, just watching him on TV, he can play ball, and he has fun doing it.
But there's nothing wrong with that pick.
I still think you guys have a great quarterback, though.
No, I'm just
and Alex
saying,
Smith.
He played well. I'll tell you this much.
I still think
Vernon Davis.
No. I'm not knocking Alex Smith. He's a great quarterback. But
I wouldn't say great. I wouldn't say great.
He's a good quarterback.
A lot of potential.
Just saying, if I was the GM and if I wanted a quarterback, period, I would pick Cam Newton.
But we just made you the GM.
Yeah, you're the GM right now.
You are the GM right now.
But I wouldn't get rid of Alex Smith.
Yeah, man, you don't.
You're on the defensive side of the ball. You're all right.
Yeah, I just hit him.
Who would you take then? Let's make you the GM. Obviously,
you don't want to leave that with him.
You know what, Vlad? Let me ask you this: what don't you like about Cam Newton? Because we want to know. I mean, you were saying no. What is it? Because you think just Alex is that good, or you think there's some flaws in Cam Newton's games?
Nah, I've watched your man play. He can do anything. Like Alex was saying, he can do everything. But at the same time, I still I don't play for the 49ers, but I still have faith in the man, though. Your quarterback. I still have faith in him.
I do too. I was just saying, I'd pick Cam Newton up. Of all the quarterbacks that are in the draft, I'll pick Cam Newton.
Yeah, well, I'm with you on that.
But are we all in agreement that the Niners right now need to draft a quarterback at number 7?
Man, I'm not on the other side of the ball, so I can't say anything.
I can't
see
say
the problem with them is they have a lot of talent.
They do.
They have a lot of talent on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
You could argue maybe they should take a number 1 receiver, because I'm not sure. Crabtree hasn't been all he was out. They made him out to be when he came out.
That's because the kid on the other side's kind of stepped up.
But then you have guys on the defensive. You have good linebackers. Maybe all you do need is a reliable quarterback, because Alex, when he had his flashes, he was good, but he was also very disappointing at times. So if like he said, if it's that time to turn the page and get yourself a quarterback, then I guess you have to go get yourself a playmaker. He might not be the best quarterback in a draft, but he's a playmaker. And that's what Cam Newton gives you. This guy wants to win, and he's going to do what it takes. Whether he's going to run or pass, he's going to do what it takes to win.
Well, it's also that and I don't think Harbaugh would do this intentionally. Obviously, he's trying to win. He's trying to prove himself quickly. But there still is that possibility that you guys could be in the running next year, for the guy that took him to, big-time heights, Andrew Luck, as you said, Chris. I mean, I don't think that no one, obviously, if you guys are expecting to be the number one pick in the draft next year, then you're going to have a horrible season. And you don't want that.
No.
But I'm sure that weighs in a lot of San Francisco 49er fans' minds, that this guy wouldn't even have to leave the area. He could just walk across the street, literally, and be at practice now.
I mean, I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. I'm honestly just waiting to see what's going to happen. I mean, I have faith in Alex and Troy. So I'm not knocking them at all.
That's my guy. See, I think Troy Smith, I mean, I've said this and I'll say it to the day I leave here, and a lot of guys that I know for the Ravens that I've done shows with have said the same thing. He got a bad rap in Baltimore because a lot of those guys, a lot of those players really liked him. Am I saying that he's a championship caliber quarterback? I don't think so. But I mean,
he wins game.
But I mean, you got to give him an opportunity.
Yeah.
And I think that he proved last year when given opportunity, you guys were moving the ball around pretty well when hit behind center.
Before Gore got hurt.
Exactly.
That's a big
part. Your whole running attack.
And then a former Philadelphia Eagle, Brian Westbrook, had a phenomenal game. He had a couple bounce-back games, obviously faded a little bit. But that's a team that I'm shocked. I was shocked because that division was up for grabs. And coming in, I know we said this before, but hands down, I thought that the San Francisco 49ers were going to win that division.
I did too.
Easily.
I thought
win
they
like
were
10,
going
11 games.
Run away with it. And the fact of the matter is somebody wins it at 7-9. Now, see, and I'm sure, Vlad, if you want to take some shots at Alex, this is the time now.
Nah, don't even do it.
Because I'm not.
Parking lot's right
see, I wouldn't do that, though. I mean,
how can you have a team make the playoffs at 7-9? That's a good.
Vlad,
I mean, I wouldn't do that because they got a lot of talent, and sometimes it just take time, and I think, I mean, upcoming season, hopefully, and. They can actually show, because I actually watch 49ers play. I'm telling you, like, those guys, I mean, they're moving the ball up and down the field. It's not like.
It's just being consistent.
Yeah, I mean, but they're doing a good job.
But that's a sign of a young team, too.
Yeah,
just inconsistencies. Yeah. But it also is a sign of your quarterback, because I think if you look at all the quarterbacks that have taken teams to championships, the one thing about their play has been consistency. Aaron Rodgers, a young guy that took the next step to being one of the elite quarterbacks, proved it this year. And not to stray here, but Chris, while we're in your home state, can you please give your longtime friend some credit? Because I called on your show, Radio America. I went on your show and said that who was going to win the Super Bowl way back in July.
You did pick the Green Bay Packers, as did I, but you ain't giving me credit for that.
No, you didn't pick them. Come on, man. When I said it, he was going to hang up. He told his producer to hang up on me.
No, actually, you were going Green Bay Packers, Baltimore Ravens, and I was predicting the Jets. Unfortunately, I did predict the Jets. I mean, I'm a Giants fan, but I said the Jets.
He
I
had
thought
to put
the
that
Jets,
in there. He had to throw that in there.
No,
Unfortunately,
I really don't have a problem with the Jets. I have to be honest. I don't have. My problem is more with the Jets fans.
Yeah.
Because, like we mentioned before, and you mentioned before, they weren't around for a while. Then they finally win a couple of games, and now they want to come back and they want to trash Eli Manning. Whether you think he's the greatest quarterback or not, that's a whole other conversation. But you're talking about a team that's consistently, every 10 years they win a title.
You're right.
That's a model franchise in the NFL. And so that's my only problem. Besides that, I've had plenty of Jets on my show. I love the Jets. I mentioned to your teammates. Yeah. Great guys. You guys are always welcome here on my show, on Sports Journey. But it's just a personal thing. But obviously, doing this job, you have to cover them and you have to make your honest opinion. I thought, and Lake and I had conversations about this, and then you go out and you lose the first game of the year to the Ravens. Made me look bad.
And I told you, because obviously in training camp covering them and the Redskins, and I was telling you, the most physical team I had ever seen with my eyes was the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, their practices were just, and knowing how their practices were, I already know what your practices are like because your coach came from there. I mean, it was brutal football. Those guys were in full pads killing each other. And that's why they had so many injuries, because they were injuring each other in practice. So I just knew that first game of the season was going to be a catalyst for both those teams. I will say this, though. The Jets are a team that, to me, and I can say this from afar, the Jets are a team to me who seem like they have every position covered. The one thing that I think the Jets need right now, as far as coming up in the draft, I think that they're going to probably need some help on the defensive line.
Oh, that's all.
Because Chris Jenkins, guys like that, I mean,
they cut Jason Taylor.
Exactly. You guys may have to find that guy to anchor that 3-4 defense right there in the middle.
They cut their number 6 overall pick, who never registered a sack in his whole career. Spent 4 years.
Maybe they can move Vlad on there. Put him at D tackle, man.
Nah, I don't think you want that. We did it in high school.
I mean, he said he played both ways in high school.
I don't think they want to see me.
That was high school. You don't want to see him trying to do a little get off. That get off.
I don't think they want to see me.
That get off is like watching a snail.
I don't think they want to see me though.
I had to do it to you, Vladdy.
He's just mad
I'm messing. But Vladdy, for a big boy, Vladdy is an athlete. We played basketball together too. So seeing this big boy in the court, I mean, we got into it a couple times. We got to a little, brawl.
He had some game?
Nah, I wouldn't say game now.
But I'm just saying I'm playing good defense on there.
Post you up.
He will hack you.
Since you guys are talking about basketball, you guys are Haitian, you guys are familiar with Dallenberg?
Yeah.
You guys know him personally?
Not personally.
Oh, okay.
I've heard of him doing some good things.
Yeah, he went back home and, he's a local kid, went to St. Hall, played, he was with the Philadelphia 76ers, and now he's in Sacramento. Okay, that's... Just trying to get that out.
This is good. I mean, just the diversity of the show. I mean, Chris, good friend, obviously we talk about him being from Newark, but he's originally from Portugal. And he's a big-time soccer guy. Could have been a pro soccer player, left the young ladies alone. But that didn't happen.
Away from him.
This guy, man, listen, this guy's helped me tremendously with my soccer knowledge or lack of. He helped me with it. And, but let me ask you, growing up in Haiti, having family there, I mean, are you guys soccer guys at all?
Oh, you got to play soccer, baby.
I know.
It's funny because nobody really knows this story, but me personally, I'm an original soccer player.
Okay.
My dad signed me up for football thinking it was European football, and it was actually American football.
Yeah.
So I was in the second grade.
You made a good mistake, though. Look at you.
And look at me now. But it was kind of embarrassing because I went over there in some
some short shin guards and cleats.
Yeah, and kids are looking at me like, who is this kid? And I'm just like, this ain't the sport for me. And they said my name. I'm like, I'm playing. Like, what is this? And next thing you know, I started out playing. I think I was guard or tackle. On the O-line. Hey, buddy, I might show you a thing or two, man. But yeah, that's where I started out. And next thing you know, I'm a fast guy, so I can move. And I guess they realized my speed. And next year, this is Pop Warner. Next year, they put me at running back. And from there, I was just playing every position on the football field.
So, I mean, you look at this dude, though, man. Big dude, you play soccer.
What positions did you play, Vlad?
He's got good
feet.
feet.
You got to be a central defender. You had to be.
Yeah, they had me on the defense side the whole time. You're just chasing people around.
I'll blow right by him.
Yeah, right.
We can go play soccer now.
Take his leg right around there.
Doing bicycle kicks.
Can you imagine him doing that?
Hey, I tried to do it once, though.
Oh, man.
Like a moped kick or something like that. I don't know about that. Nah, but, let me ask you guys, as far as the soccer here in the U.S., Chris was very adamant with me as far as he saw some improvement with the U.S. soccer team, but just clearly not enough to be competitive on a worldwide scale. Some people say, well, wait a minute, they were a game away from advancing to the quarterfinals, but realistically, to have to play the Portugals and the Spains and the Argentinas and Brazils of the world. But then again, how many countries can say they can keep up with those 4 teams I just named anyway?
Mm-hmm.
There's only 7 countries in the history of the World Cup that have won a World Cup.
Wow.
So
wow.
I
didn't know that either. What, in like 70 years or something?
There aren't many countries that can say that they're World Cup champs, but there's only 7 of them.
Wow.
See, I learn something every day. That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
knowledge for you right there.
That's
Give you a
knowledge
piece of
for you,
knowledge.
coming from Chris.
But the U.S. will get there. Eventually, they'll get there. Slowly but surely, they'll get there.
It's a
They have to,
process. It's
they have
always
to
a process.
develop the skillful play. They have a
Yeah.
lot of guys that can run around. You guys know they need to get that play.
But today have re-signed Bob Bradley though, because personally, I didn't think so. I mean, I thought he did a phenomenal job. Don't get me wrong, but you could still see strategy-wise, not on the attack mode enough for me.
I think right now they're okay because they hired Claudio Reyna, who retired, professional soccer player, went to St. Bernard's Prep, Newark, New Jersey. He retired, and now he's in charge of the youth level all throughout the U.S. Academies. So I'm pretty sure this guy, being a skillful guy himself, hopefully he'll get that player development. Because there's a lot of kids. You have kids now that are getting closer. They're not at that level yet. They'll get there. It's a process. I mean, you're talking about a college, basically a whole. They featured a college team in the 1990 World Cup in the Coppa Italia. Most of those guys were all in college. They barely had a pro on that team. To the 94, the World Cup here in the States, and the 98, and ever since then it's been a process. You can tell they're growing, and eventually they'll get there.
What do we have going on in the chat box on sportsjourney.com?
They're talking about maybe Ocho Cinco could make the U.S. squad because you guys, I don't know if you're aware, he's trying out for the Kansas City Wizards.
I heard about that.
He's trying out.
Oh, man.
I don't think he could make it. That's my opinion. I seen him. Listen, you guys played soccer. I seen him kick that field goal that he has no type of kicking form. That guy, if he kicks like that, he ain't. I mean, you guys know.
I mean,
I'm sorry, he has no type of form. I'm like,
listen, he can run.
That's fine.
As long as you can run and
Then
you
he-
have hand and feet coordination.
Then this
you'll be
guy's
good.
right. Then he can play for the United States because that's all they do is run.
Just put him in attack mode and he'll get it done.
See, that's
Hey.
messed up, man. You guys are dogging the
Me
country.
personally, when I was younger, I did not have any of the dribbling skills and all that. So they would just kick me the ball over the defenders, and I would
Just
run and
run.
go get it. I was so
Yep.
fast. All I gotta do is just kick it in the goal. How hard is that?
So can
Chad
you
could do that.
So can you say that your soccer background helps you now as an NFL player?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hands down.
Yep.
Hands
Hand-eye
down.
coordination, foot speed, everything.
Yes. I'm definitely, when I have kids, they're definitely doing, I did it all. I did acting, I didn't do dancing.
Wait, hold on, time out. When he said he did it all, I thought he was going to say basketball, baseball, acting. He started with that.
I was just putting that out there. I did acting, basketball, baseball, soccer. I did intramural rugby.
Rugby?
I played it all, man. I tried it all.
I want to get back to the acting,
Batman, I
though.
did it
What
all,
kind of
man.
acting we talking about? Like Shakespeare? I mean, what kind of acting we talking about? Yeah. Vlad, you don't know anything about this from high school?
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah, Vladdy didn't know me then. I was a young pup. It was what is it?
It must not have been that good if you can't remember.
I really can't. How old was I? I forgot how old I was, but I was a young pup, man. I just got on the stage and did what I do. I was like a young Jamie Foxx.
Nah, he was bad in high school though. This man right here, he was bad in high school.
You mean as far as a player?
Nah,
He was the ladies' man.
as a student.
Bad like that.
Whoa. I was what?
Nah, he was
So what
bad.
are you saying about Temple?
I know. What are you trying to say?
I don't know,
You
but
asked?
I mean,
Did you pass your SATs?
Oh, I did.
Nah, but I mean,
That's a fine institution.
Temple was looking at me too, so I'm not.
And UMass was looking at me too.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna go on Temple like that.
See, this back in the day when I was at Penn State, Temple and UMass and Penn State were part of the Atlantic 10.
Yeah.
So I remember going up playing at Amherst.
How
and-
long ago was that?
Man, I graduated in '94.
You guys
man,
were in
so I'm
grammar
way,
school with
way
that.
back.
I was about 7 years
baby.
old.
Way
Little baby back then.
You were
His acting
you were
days.
acting
In
bad.
his acting days.
Yeah, those are my acting days.
I like to know what this guy was acting in.
Oh man.
Is this something on YouTube?
No. Oh no.
My goodness, he's in the whiz.
If anybody at home right now is watching and you have some video of this man,
Nah. If
Hit
you
us up.
do not show it.
hit us up, especially the dancing video. Hit us up.
Look, folks, we're going to take a break. When we come back, more right here, Fork River House, 121 South Main Street, Fork River, New Jersey. Cristiano Oliveira came down from Newark, New Jersey, our midday host on Sports Journey Broadcast Network. You can check out his show from 2 to 4 now, Monday through Friday on sportsjourney.com. Myself, you can check myself out, Washington Redskin player shows, guys like this up here from Fork River House every Thursday. Those shows are from 7 to 9, Monday through Friday. And right now we're sitting here with two aspiring I'm not going to say actors because, we were too aspiring
Yeah, that
NFL
acting
guys.
stuff is out the window. That's old.
I'm going to let you guys, for the sake of our fans out there, why don't you guys look in the camera, tell everybody your name, number, and what they need to know about you coming up this season for the 49ers, for the New York Jets.
Don't give out your phone number, guys. You didn't.
Yeah. Well, you can give out your Twitter if you want to do that, too.
Yeah, all right. I'm Alex Joseph, linebacker for San Francisco 49ers, number 58. Just finished my rookie season. You can follow me on Twitter at AceJ203. Just trying to live my life, trying to take advantage of this opportunity, trying to make my family proud and do everything I can to make a name for myself.
Vlad?
Most people already know who I am.
Because of Hard Knocks. Because of Hard Knocks.
That's exactly why. They know him because he's so ugly.
Ain't no wrong with that, though.
Oh, there's something wrong with that.
Ugly's a new good thing out here, so.
Ugly's the new 20, huh?
Well, yeah, I'm Vladimir Duccase, New York Jets, number 62. And you guys can follow me on Twitter on VDuccase1987.
Now, you do know that we have a rule. If you come on the set of Sports Journey, you've got to follow the folks of Sports Journey. So, Chris, you can go ahead and, make that happen for your Twitter.
I'm Chris Oliveira, the backup catcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I do the show here on Sports Journey. You guys can catch me Monday through Friday, like Lake said, 2 to 4 p.m. Hit me up on Twitter at Chris. Actually, between the C, the R, and the S, there's a 1. So, Chris with the 1, Oliveira.
All right, and of course I'm Lake Lewis, and as Vlad said, they already know who I am, Chris.
Oh man, we got another one. We got two of them up here.
Yeah, so you can follow me at Lake Lewis.
You guys are hanging out with Coach Ryan on their own thing.
A bunch of jokesters over here.
We're getting work done, though.
All right. We'll take a break, folks, so we come back more right here, Fork River House, New Jersey. We'll be back.
Bringing you the best in sports radio news and information. 24-hour coverage. 24-hour. The Sports Journey Broadcast Network.
Listen carefully to this message. If you are about to buy hardwood flooring, you're going to pay too much. Unless, of course, you buy from us. We're lumber liquidators, and no one, including those big box stores, can sell wood flooring for less. When you buy your quality hardwood flooring from lumber liquidators, you save hundreds, if not thousands, every time, because we buy direct from the mills. We are truly the wood floor experts. To prove it, we will send you our beautiful full-color catalog absolutely free. Call 1-877-411-1201. It's filled with top-quality hardwood flooring for less. Solid hardwoods in cherry, oak, and walnut, bamboo, laminates, and even Bellawood pre-finished flooring with a 50-year warranty. Don't pay more than you have to for flooring. Call Lumber Liquidators now. We even offer installation and financing. Visit your local Lumber Liquidators or call right now for your free catalog. 1-877-411-1201. That's 1-877-411-1201. 1-877-411-1201.
Sports Journey Radio with Lake Lewis.
I saw Jimi Hendrix, too. And I'm
No way.
Yeah, you know where I saw him in 1984.
From your crib?
No, 1984. And you're probably thinking, how could that be 1984? Because...
Well, he was dead in 1970.
Well, no, 1984. My mom bought my sister tickets to Purple Rain, the Prince concert. That's Jimi Hendrix. Purple Rain, Purple Rain. That's who he thinks he is.
Oh, Mom.
So I saw him, too. Left-handed on the guitar.
Come on, you can't tell me Prince
first of
does
all,
not duplicate Jimi Hendrix.
yeah, first of all, it's funny. I never really thought about the analogies there with Prince using that sort of foppish.
Yeah.
And the fact that, he dresses up. If he were on the street, people would say, is he a man or a mouse,
Have you heard the news that your government has bailed out Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac? And Hometown Financial has been authorized to offer new Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac mortgage rates that are starting a new refi boom. Rates are now in the 4s. That means lower interest and lower payments for you. The government is stepping in, and Hometown Financial is the place to call to get you in line to receive a lower interest rate and lower your monthly payments. Again, rates are now in the 4s, so you need to call today. Call 800-522-6131 to get in line for lower rates. Be first to call. This will not last. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Do not miss out. Rates will never be this low again in your lifetime. Call 800-522-6131. That's 800-522-6131. Not calling today will cost you thousands, so call now. 800-522-6131.
I'm Sugar Shane Mosley for PETA. I'm a boxer. I fight for a living. My opponents and I know that when we step into the ring, we choose to be there. And that if we don't come out on top, we can at least walk away. Dogfighting isn't like that. Dogs don't have a choice. Many of them get hurt badly or are cruelly killed. So join with me and team up with athletes nationwide in the fight against animal cruelty.
Darrell Payne Films presents The Legends of Classic Soul live concerts on DVD with 15 full-length concerts featuring the Whispers, the Delphonics, the Dramatics, Ray Goodman and Brown. The Legends of Classic Soul live concerts with the Dells. Plus Harold Melvin's Blue Notes, the main ingredients, and the Intruders Review. Order this limited edition, plus 8 more legendary artists by calling 800-301-8965. Get started right now with Volume 1 for the low price of $39.95 plus shipping and handling. This collection is for the lover in you. Enjoy the sweet soul sounds of love. Call 800-301-8965. It's a DVD collection you don't want to miss. Call 800-301-8965. Operators are standing by. Call now.
Sports Journey Radio Show with Lake Lewis on the Sports Journey Broadcast Network.
Welcome back, everyone. Sports Journey with myself, Lake Lewis, right here from Fork River House here in Fork River, New Jersey, 121 South Main Street. We have a couple questions that are from some of the fans out here at Fork River House. We have Frank, I think it says Frank Gowers. Frank says, how far are Rex Ryan and the Jets going to go this year? All right, I'm going to let Vlad Duccase answer that question because he is the New York Jet player. So
all the way.
Except minus the losses that we took.
Man, all the way. That's what we. Hey, I mean, that's what we do. I mean, every year, like that's our goal, all the way. Mm-hmm. So. That's all I can say.
Go all the way.
All the way.
All right, Frank, does that answer your question? All right.
I mean, listen, Rex Ryan's been saying that for months now. Next year. One of these years is going to come true, right? Is that the way you're looking at it?
And as long we keep doing what we've been doing, be physical, play smart, we're going to get there.
I was surprised the Jets did not go out and sign Bob Sanders, who signed with the San Diego Chargers.
Yeah, I was surprised by that, too.
Because you add that guy to that defense, and I love Eric Smith. We all know I'm friendly with Eric.
That's your boy, man.
That's my boy, but we're talking about NFL. Listen, when it comes to playing on the field, there's no friendships. The guy, Bob Sanders, when healthy, he's only played 9 games over the last 3 or 4 years, but when healthy, the guy, arguably there, one of the best safeties in the game.
I mean, it's an upgrade. I mean, the team that I cover in DC just went out and picked up OJ Atogwe, from the Rams. In safety positions, I mean, if you get a playmaker at the safety position, that helps everybody in front of you. And I thought that the Jets, no offense to Eric, like I said, a friend of ours comes out on the program, but Eric is a solid tackler and thing like that. But as far as guys, causing turnovers, forcing fumbles, making interceptions, if Bob Sanders can stay healthy, that is a huge upgrade for the San Diego Chargers.
Like these guys mentioned before, Bob is another Palomalo. When you lining up,
you're looking for him.
You're looking for him.
You're looking for him.
I mean, that is the big question, though, is because, I mean, the injuries that he's had have been kind of fluke injuries, too. The injury he had last year, the arm injury, that was kind of a fluke tackle, They can happen to anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the price that you pay, when you put your body on the line like that. So
it's a rough game.
It is a rough game.
I was told this at Green Bay when I got signed with Green Bay after the draft. The way you feel before camp, that's the best your body's gonna feel before the season's over. That's the best it's gonna feel because you haven't been hitting anybody.
Well, I mean, don't you want to play 18 games?
You do. I mean, not 18 games.
You want to play 2 more games?
Nah,
wait. I'll help you with the playoff run.
Yeah,
no.
with
the playoff run.
With the playoff run. Put that out there.
Yeah.
I mean, you got guys that grow up playing that sport, and it's just what they do. And for me, I've been playing the game since I was in the 2nd grade, and I'm only 22, and I feel like I'm 30. Like my knees and all my joints. I'm like,
trust me, when you get to 30,
I'm probably gonna
you get
feel
to 40,
60.
like I'm about to be in 2 weeks. Trust me, you'll
understand.
But
I mean, it's the price you pay. I mean, like Vladdy said, you're putting your body on the line every play. I mean, game time or practice, you're putting your body on the line. So you're most likely gonna hurt something. So I mean, it can be a finger, it can be an arm.
But Alex, honestly, do offensive linemen put their body on the line? I mean, I'm just asking.
I don't know about Vladdy, but
yeah, we do.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they're in the trenches. The trenches are rough. They're rough. It's rough in the trenches.
These guys should all wear knee braces. Because when guys fall on your knees from behind, you're not even. I mean, that gotta hurt.
See, well, that's the thing right there. I mean, you gotta keep your feet moving. You gotta keep your feet moving, and that's the whole point of being athletic. I mean, and that's why people get hurt. I mean, when you're on the ground, that's when you get hurt. And if you look at it like, you barely see an offensive line on the ground unless he's pulling someone else on the butt.
But you know what, though? I mean, what you just said, that's the whole problem with this whole CBA thing. As far as the owners wanting 2 more games because, and I don't want to sound like a broken record to our listeners on SportsJourney.com watching the show, but to have 2 more games. We've already seen more concussions than ever before over the last few years, more injuries. If you're going to have 2 more games, you clearly have to have some safety rules in place. Mm-hmm. And I don't think the fans want to hear the safety rules that the NFL's been implementing as far as you can't hit quarterbacks and softening up the game. I'm sure you're a defensive player. You understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yep.
But as far as, the pads now, you're going to have to wear pads in your pants now.
Mm-hmm.
No more,
knee pads,
everything. Thigh pads, you have to wear those now. But I agree, as far as offensive linemen, you should be made to wear braces.
I mean, some people comfortable with the braces. Some people, they're not comfortable with the braces. And, in college, I wear braces, all college. And, I wasn't comfortable with it, to tell you the truth. And
but did you get hurt, though?
I got hurt, even with the braces. But the fact that I had the braces on,
protect you a little bit more.
Yeah, protect me a little more. It wasn't minor. It wasn't anything big. But at the same time, the braces, when I got my braces on, I just feel them like they prevent me from doing, like, what I want to do because I want to move my feet around. I want to be able to, like, bend down, all this stuff. And, it's
But, do you feel like you should be forced to wear thigh pads now?
I don't think so. Because if you want to wear it, you can wear it because you already, you already know what to expect. So, and so you're not wearing the thigh pads. That's your decision, and you should. I don't think you should be forced. Just the same way I feel, they're taking away, quarterback hits, all this stuff. that's like taking away football. I mean, that's the whole point of playing football.
It's been like that since day one.
Yeah,
and to hear offensive players say that too, I can't tell you how many offensive players have come out and even admitted, they're sissifying the game up a little bit.
It's messing up the game. You got guys worried about how they're going to hit somebody. And, I mean, you can get a clean shot on somebody, and you're thinking about, I don't want to get this fine. I'm not trying to get this 50
But you can't
fine.
think that in a split second either.
But are you thinking that,
right.
though? That's what I was going to ask. You're thinking that?
You're not, but at the same time, that's going to cross your mind at some point. But
it didn't cross James Harrison's mind.
Nah, but, I mean, he's just a freak. He's just an all-around animal. That's what he does. He is the definition sometimes. Like, not sometimes, but he is the definition of football. He's relentless.
You're a linebacker, man. Linebackers are kind of, to me, are that rare breed on the defensive side because you're expected to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
Chase down running backs, cover tight ends out the backfield, hit receivers coming over the middle, even blitz quarterback. And to me, that position is the most aggressive position on the field. It has to be. Mm-hmm. And for everyone that says, oh, you guys are hitting defenseless players, but hey, last time I looked,
linebackers are very defensive. In college, I got a concussion off again, blindsided by the old lineman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's not fun at all. So I know what the receivers are going through, especially that I played receiver in high school. But just saying, overall, the sport is rough.
Yeah.
So you're going to get hit one way or another. O-lineman can get hit off an interception. He can get blindsided as well. So nobody's safe on the field.
We have a question on Sports Journey, and they're asking, will all football players, as a group, will they ever agree to specified gear mandated by the NFL?
We kind of do something every year where they pass a little survey like if you want if you want pads, little stuff like that. If you want the pads to come in your pants already, but man, I don't know, but like when you look at it every year, I feel like they do it, but every year, people end up doing, what they want to do.
Doing their own thing.
Yeah. And now you have the new Under Armour stuff that already comes with the padding in it, correct? The shorts.
Those, especially those certain quarterback mostly wear those stuff, but when you look at playing football, you just gotta be comfortable.
I know guys. London Fletcher for the Redskins wears an old helmet. The old heavy helmet.
That's what he's comfortable with. So
it's like steel.
Whatever you're comfortable with, that's what you want to play in. You don't want to be uncomfortable on the field.
But couldn't there be like a happy median though for everybody, where all the players understand it's in their best interest as far as safety? And from the fan base, we wouldn't lose out from the standpoint of the quality of play on the field.
Man, you playing football, and all I can say is that if you're thinking about I gotta be safe here, then you're not playing football. You're not playing football because football is like
it's all reaction. You just gotta go.
It's reaction, fast, physical.
You're not worried about what you're wearing. Yep. Of course you want to have your helmet and shoulder pads on, but thigh pads and stuff like in college. In the beginning of college, I wore the thick pads in my thighs.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got to the NFL, it's either no pads or they're just plastic, and they're very small.
Plastic.
So, that's basically what it was.
What does it make you feel faster to not have the pads on?
You feel like you can move. When you have the big pads on, you try to pick up your legs. Your motion isn't the same.
I guess that's like when I played basketball. I never was a fan of wearing high tops. I always believe it or not, actually wore low-cut shoes, but I had my ankle braces on.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of players are doing that today just because they want to feel feel flexible. Yeah, exactly. Especially high tops, man. You feel like you have like 5-pound shoes on.
Yeah, that's perfect right there. That's exactly how it feels.
I'm not that old, man. He's asking me, well, when was that? Like it was a long time ago.
Put that out there, man. You gotta have some fun out here.
All right, well, let me ask you guys this. This is something that we do with a lot of the players that come out on the shows. For your individual position, you being a linebacker, Alex, and Vladimir, you being an offensive lineman, who's the toughest player that you've gone up against so far in your young NFL careers?
Let's see.
Somebody that was basically, in other words, giving it to you.
There's
nothing you could do about
NFL career?
Yeah.
I've only played about 2 games
Yeah,
So,
but I mean, even in practice.
In practice, that's different right now. I mean, because when you look at the whole defense, and it's like, I mean, my first day, just like, I just can't explain it.
He was
what I went through.
He was shocked.
For just like me and seeing what our defense, Coach Ryan's defense was doing. So, but I mean, you know, I went against Chris Jenkins, and I can remember like when he first got back, me and him, we got into it.
He almost got beat up.
and I'm like, cause he's a big dude and he's moving, athletic.
By the way, where's Chris Jenkins? Where'd he come from?
I don't know.
Maryland.
Oh,
okay, I just had to throw that out there. Go ahead.
You know, he's athletic, he's moving, and if you're on his way, I mean, he's moving you out of his way. And I mean, I went against another person. You know, I went against Sean Ellis. I mean, you're talking about like strong.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm talking grown man strength. Like he got it. Like so. I mean, me going against those guys like all year, especially Sean Ellis. Like, you know, he's always teaching me, like showing me low stuff. I mean, like one-on-one, especially when we go teams, offense versus defense, and me going against him, you know, like pretty much it helped me out a lot. And as you can and when we played against Buffalo last, you know, regular season game, and he just showed me, because I never went against somebody like him or Chris Jenkins. So
it made life a little easier for you.
Yeah, way easier.
Now with you're practicing with Patrick Willis, but I mean, going up against somebody on the other side, or just
I'll tell you the main person that got me, and I'm still in awe how athletic and strong this guy is. Vernon Davis. They had me starting in a 2-minute drill in practice, and I had to D him a couple times. He's very explosive and fast.
Where's Vernon from?
Oh
man, Maryland. Okay, my
what
bad.
about, you know, we're question about a local product, Anthony Davis.
Oh yeah,
how is he?
Real good.
Talking about first round pick out of Rutgers.
Real good player. I mean, he knows his stuff. He's a strong, fast guy, so he shows it. He shows it every play, every down.
We always hear, obviously we didn't play in the NFL, but we always hear that the speed of the NFL compared to college is crazy. Describe that. I mean, you mentioned before your first day going at practice against Jenkins was like, what? I mean, is it that big of a difference from a top college game to?
You got to think of it this way. In college, you got guys that are really they're the best from their high schools, and some of them like are walk-ons and they still make a name for themselves. In the NFL, you got the best of the best, so everybody's good. Even the second and third string are good. So nobody's just there just to be there. Everybody's good. So just imagine that, and you're out there on the field coming from a small-time college, and you're around all these guys that are amazing. That speed, that knowledge it's just going to be overwhelming at first. That's how it was for me.
Let me ask you guys this, because you mentioned, not that I would necessarily consider Temple small time. I mean, it does have, a name with their athletic program. UMass has a name, and maybe people think more basketball before they do football for both schools, but has that ever been a situation where maybe because of where you went to school, now you get to the pros and clearly guys know you're good, that maybe they look at you like maybe you were good because you didn't play, against the Oklahomas of the world or the Texas of the world?
Nah, I just feel like people show you more respect, because of like you play from a small school, and that's what another thing of me. Like when I was coming out, a lot of people were just like, he's from a small school, he's not ready for this, he's not ready for that, and just people just like, I just feel like when you look at a lot of the guys in the NFL, I mean, you hear about them like a lot of playmakers, they all from small school, and when, like I said, and I've watched the draft, before I got drafted, and the NFL where started getting more interested in guys from small schools.
Sure.
Yeah, so
I mean, it shows a good work ethic from people.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, having been at NFL practices every day this year for the first time, I can say I saw a different side of the game, and I'd go back and tell Chris, listen, man, just being there, and seeing the stuff off the record. Obviously, it's easy being at the games and it's more glamorized, but to see what goes on behind the scenes, man, you guys got it rough. I mean, it really is something to behold. And, you know, fortunately for me, we're dealing with some young guys in D.C., and Baltimore is more of a veteran-laden team, and just to see the difference of personalities of the teams, man, I mean, the Jets kind of going to a youth movement now, wouldn't you say, Chris?
I mean, we still got a couple, veterans in there, though.
Yeah, but you got guys like yourself, too, that people are counting on.
Yeah, but the good thing is that, all the veterans around here, and they there. I mean, they just like, you getting me personally getting better is because of those veterans. Me going against them every day, every day. So I mean,
but look at it this way: your quarterback next year, young quarterback Mark Sanchez, starting running back Sean Green, young. And I said this year I was very critical of Sean Green up until the Sean Green I saw in the regular season and the Sean Green I saw in the playoffs. Two totally different running backs. I mean, he ran in the playoffs like he had a point to prove. You look at the young players, it's going to be you. It's going to be those guys that are going to take this team to the next level because, let's face it, Chris Jenkins of the world, a lot of these older guys, if they're not going to be back, they're on their way out.
I mean, they have a lot of young talent on that team. You're looking at LaDainian Tomlinson and Richardson. Those two guys are putting you over the age group. But take away those two guys, I mean, you have a relatively young team right about now. Your offensive line is 3-4 years in.
But I'm saying, like, you guys see all those guys. I mean, they all 3-4 years at the same time, but they play like veterans, though. Ferguson.
One prime example was the latest 30 for 30, Fab Five.
Oh, man. I want to talk about that, too.
I don't know if you guys watched that, but
I mean,
there was one situation where they said, I think, who were they playing? Duke, I think.
Duke and Juwan Howard.
And they were just like, oh, we're going against these 5 freshmen, and we have all the experience. They hung with them to the very end. So experience kind of doesn't have to do with everything. I know football and basketball is two different sports.
The timeout by Weber too in the second year. That is kind of inexperience.
Yeah. But for the most, from talent standpoint,
I got you.
And just playing the game. Some guys, they just know the game like that.
Well, you know what? Not to stray here, but this is a perfect time segue to mention this because I wrote an article. Yeah, I do write too. I'm kind of versatile.
He does everything.
I wrote an article, sportsjourney.com, about the Jalen Rose Grant Hill situation, and I remember sitting up the other night talking to my wife about it, and she's like, "Why are you getting so upset about it?" And I'm like, "Because first of all, I know Grant, and coming from Orlando, he and myself did some things down there, and it's just a class act person. There's no one out there that'll say anything negative about him." And I understand that the comments that Jalen Rose said were supposedly when, the comments of a 17, 18-year-old freshman back when he was in Michigan. But the article to me was still about the stereotypes of, if you're an African-American kid and you have 2 parents at home, that's something bad, And I had a problem with that. But to hear you guys come out and talk about how big education was in your family, you're going back to school now and finishing up your degree at Temple. As an NFL player, most people think you make money, you don't have to do that. What do you say about that kind of situation?
I mean, I'm thankful enough to have both my parents together. They've been together for about 26 years. So
and it's normal, right?
Normal, very normal. I really don't know what I'd do without either of them, to be honest.
Right.
They're the one that they molded me to what I am today. So I can't speak for Grant, but I love my parents. I'm so glad I have both of them. For anybody to say something like that, personally, they're just.
Let's be honest.
And Grant was upset about that.
Yeah,
though.
but Jalen Rose wasn't knocking Grant's parents.
No, he wasn't knocking
Jalen
Grant's
Rose
parents.
was 7. He was giving. You got to give the guy a lot of credit. You're talking about a guy that's one of the best NBA analysts for a very big, how do you put a company, which is ESPN.
Sure.
Okay, number 1 network in the country, in the world. You could say that. The guy could put a lot at risk, and he was honest. He said how he felt as a 17-year-old. He knocked Hill, but he didn't knock his parents.
But he still the other day said that Duke will not go recruit inner-city kids. And I've said this before. You can't make a generalization like that because there's a reason why Mike Krzyzewski may not go that route. And that route is Mike Krzyzewski wants kids that are going to stay there for a couple years.
And not just that, Mike Krzyzewski is going to go out and get the kid that's as talented as the kid from the hood.
Exactly.
And he doesn't have to worry about him in class. It's the same thing I used on my show during the week. I used the example. If you meet a chick, if you meet a girl, she's banging in all the right places, and she's a lady. 2 minutes later, you meet another chick, she's banging all the right places, but you know she's a chicken, for lack of a better word. Okay? Which girl are you going to bring home to mama?
Oh, you already know the lady.
Right.
Absolutely. So
you can't fault Mike Krzyzewski for doing that.
When they're both now, if Krzyzewski is turning his back on a really talented player from the hood to go get a kid that's never going to make it,
then that's a problem.
But the guy is winning.
Where's the kid from that's from your area?
Kyrie Irving.
Where's he from?
You went to St. Patrick's in Elizabeth.
Okay.
I mean, you're talking about arguably the top freshman in the country. The kid was playing awesome until he got hurt. What are you going to say? What, you shouldn't have recruited him because he's not from the hood? I mean, this argument could go both ways.
Exactly. I just think that wasn't necessary. It's not. You can't define Duke. And also, as an academic institution, they're going to make sure that the kids that they're bringing in, regardless of their background.
And let's not forget, Duke is, I think it's the 7th, but don't quote me on this. Duke is the 7th hardest school in Division I basketball to get into.
Yes.
So they can't get that kid from the inner city because he might not have the grades.
Well, no, I wouldn't say necessarily they can't get the kid from the inner city.
I'm not saying they can't. You know,
I know what you're saying, but what I'm saying is I've said this before too. You know, for everyone that says, the kids from the inner city don't have the grades, that's not what I'm saying.
That's not what I meant.
I know what you're saying. I can say this, having been from the inner city. If I'm good enough to go play in the NBA after 1 year, I'm gone. And you can't look at someone and say, you should stay in school for 4 years. Just like you asked these two guys earlier, if you're the number 1 pick in the draft and you're a sophomore, junior in school, football's a little different. But had you stuck with your basketball and soccer and you had the chance to be the number 1 pick, Kyrie Irving, they're saying is at worst the 3rd pick in the NBA draft at worst. After his freshman year, and he hadn't even played this year.
Since December 5th, he hasn't stepped on a court.
Are you telling me that he should come back? I told Chris he shouldn't even play tonight. If I'm him, I'm watching Duke. Sorry.
Oh, man. And he talking about basketball, so that's guaranteed money.
Guaranteed. That's what I'm talking about.
The NFL's a little different. That's not guaranteed.
You can still take online classes, right?
Yeah, you can still take online classes.
Thank you, man. I said this before. I went to Penn State undergrad, Georgetown grad. I'm like, listen, those universities have been around for hundreds of years. Listen, man, they're not going anywhere. That's why they do have online classes. But that money's not guaranteed, especially for you two. You know this more than anybody.
Yep.
You got to take the money. Got to take the money. Chris, is that even a conversation of thought for you? You have a chance after 1 year of school to get paid.
I'm going to tell you right now, I wouldn't have gone to school.
You would have gone right out of high school.
You want to cut me 4 years later, but my bank account says, got a bunch of zeros on it?
I mean, look at the kid from Milwaukee, the point guard from Milwaukee.
Brandon Jennings.
Went
to play in Europe.
He didn't want to go to college. I mean, he just didn't. He signed with Arizona. He didn't go. He went over to Europe as a pro, played for that 1 year, and came back.
And didn't even perform well at that level, at the European level.
But got paid.
But got drafted in the top 10 and got paid.
And could have been Rookie of the Year last year. I mean, was legitimately that good. Had a 55-point game as a rookie. You got to take the money, fellas.
The Knicks should have drafted him, but that's another story.
They got Carmelo, man. They got Melo.
Don't get this guy started on that.
They got
he
Melo
starts screaming when he talks about it. Are you guys NBA guys?
I watch a little bit.
I watch a little bit.
All right, we won't put y'all out there. We won't do that. Let's do this. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we're rolling along tonight, folks, here at Fork River House here in Fork River, New Jersey, 121 South Main Street. Once again, you can go to their Facebook page at Facebook.com, Lacey, L-A-C-E-Y, Moose, M-O-O-S-E. We'll be back with myself, Lake Lewis. Cristiano Oliveira came down from Newark, New Jersey, our midday host, Alex Joseph.
Yes, sir.
San Francisco 49er linebacker, and Alex Duccase. See, I'm so used to y'all going at it. Vladimir Duccase, New York Jet offensive lineman, former high school teammates. When we come back, we're going to find out literally who was the best. What high school did you guys go to?
Stanford High School.
Stafford High School?
And we already know
we want to find out who is the all-time great football player for the 6-4 your senior year.
Why you
Stafford,
gotta put that out there? You don't gotta put that stat out there. You didn't have to put that
and they
out
didn't
there.
even play against any other guys who made it.
My name's gonna come up.
That's not good. We'll find out when we come back. Exactly.
Google me.
We hadn't talked, wanted to touch, or felt close in years, but Marriage Fitness turned our marriage around. Thank you so much, Mort.
Counseling was just a weekly blame fest. It drained us emotionally and financially. Marriage Fitness is totally different. This program actually works.
Hello, I'm Mort Fertel, creator of Marriage Fitness, the revolutionary clinically proven program that will save your marriage. This is not marriage counseling. You won't have to dig into your past or dredge up your problems. Instead, you'll use a step-by-step system of positive relationship habits that will transform your marriage.
My husband wanted out and wouldn't go for help. I started Marriage Fitness alone. Now he wants back in. We're doing the program together.
Subscribe to Mort's free Marriage Fitness email service today at marriage11.com. You'll also receive his free report, 7 Secrets for Fixing Your Marriage, plus 5 free marriage assessments. That's marriage and the number 11.com. To turn your marriage around, visit marriage11.com.
Hounded by debt collectors with phone calls and letters? Thinking of calling a debt relief company? Don't. Greedy lawyers and debt companies charge thousands. Why pay when you can get their solution absolutely free with New York Times best-selling author Herb Kay's #1 debt secret, the how-to on stopping the calls without paying the debt companies. Yes, free for a very limited time. Here's Herb Kay.
Don't get ripped off by credit repair companies when I can give you the information you need to do it yourself for free.
Herb K was right. His free information helped me stop the calls and settle my debt.
What have you got to lose? Stop the calls now, get out of debt, and have more money. Get Herb K's #1 debt secret absolutely free now.
Call 800-696-2140. That's 800-696-2140. 800-696-2140.
Welcome back, everyone. Fork River House Sports Journey with myself, Lake Lewis, Chris Oliveira, Alex Joseph, Vlad Duccase, New York Jets, San Francisco 49er players coming on out tonight. So once again, definitely appreciate you guys making time to come out on the show and let everyone know about your backgrounds, you know, as far as where you came from. You played together in high school in Connecticut, and still 6-4 senior year.
It's funny because they brought that up on the chat box. And if you're listening right now, sign up on the chat box. Give us your thoughts. We'll ask these guys your questions as you post for them. But somebody brought up before that they thought once you signed with the Oakland Raiders practice squad that you should have definitely been on the 53-man roster.
I know who that is, too. I know exactly who that is.
I mean, it's the NFL. I don't have to say.
Must have been creepy looking at Al Davis, though.
I mean,
that must have been scary.
He is a very old guy, but I mean, hey,
Very old. He should not be on TV, man. Should put some makeup on my man.
Yeah, but I mean, I wish I was out there. I mean, I had the opportunity to be out there. I wish I was a part of 53. I kind of got real close to those guys out there, but I mean, things happen for a reason, you know. So.
But now they're actually mentioning that 6-4 in high school.
And you didn't play against anybody else.
We know. We're embarrassed ourselves, so that's
I ain't embarrassed.
See, he don't care. I feel we should have been state champions that year, to be honest.
I mean, if you're 7-1, 10-1, 6-4.
I mean, we should have been 7-3, and that one loss, I'm blaming it on him.
Oh, we're gonna get it. Let's get into that.
Oh man.
Go ahead, Vlad. Go ahead.
All right, Vlad. I want to hear your side of the story about that.
All right, so.
Just know this: the whole team, even till today, they blame me for losing that game.
So you guys really should have been 7-3.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we were playing against the number 1 team in the state of Connecticut. Was Staple at the time?
Yeah.
And so I mean, before every game, we always go to get like Chinese food, all that stuff.
Used to get subs.
Yeah. So the coach was like, Coach Kevin Jones at the time that was coaching us was like. He doesn't want anybody, to be eating that before the game because, so.
Makes you go.
Yeah, make sure you hydrate yourself, all that stuff.
You gotta go to the bathroom in the middle of the second quarter.
I mean, the salt.
The salt, yeah.
The salt will dehydrate you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this man, I mean, right before the game, this man walked in with like Chinese food.
I was hungry, man. I need all day.
Pork fried rice, chicken wings. Eating.
I usually eat like that before games. That's my pregame ritual.
So
I eat.
So I had a little something too, but it doesn't affect me like that, But so we went out there, we playing, and Staple at the time, they were blowing every team. And we up to fourth quarter, in 7-6, and we were winning. Mm-hmm. And he just got a pick or an interception, and he fell, and both of his legs cramped up.
Both of my legs cramped from my hips down. I cramped up.
So I'm like,
no.
So hold on. So we driving the ball down.
Oh, there's more to this. Hold on.
Yeah. So we driving the ball down, and got a little turnover. They got the ball back. Where's Alex? Nowhere to be found in the locker room.
They put me in the locker room because my legs were completely shut down. Shut down. I never felt like
he was saying you was in the locker room because it's Chinese food.
Nah.
So we put we had to play someone else never played. I put safety. Never played safety before, and actually had to cover one of the best receiver at the time, which Alex was doing a good job shutting him down all game.
That's what I do.
Yeah, he was doing
a
good.
I was a DB.
Yeah, he was
okay.
I played DB, receiver.
He was doing a good job shutting him down all day. I mean, the kid had no touchdown or anything.
No yards.
So as soon as they put the other kid in, threw a ball over the top, he scored a touchdown.
Basically, to make it a little
legs
shorter.
Was cramped up.
Basically, to make it shorter, in the fourth quarter, it was 7 zip. I got out the game. We lost 24-7.
Yeah.
All because of your Chinese food.
All because of my Chinese food.
Man, that salt got to you.
Now, did you continue eating like this before games after that?
Yeah, he kept doing it. I mean, you couldn't tell him none, though.
He couldn't tell me nothing. I was balling. I was a playmaker.
But I still have a problem, and I know Chris and me looked at each other there. You guys would have been comfortable at 7-3. You two NFL players, man. Come on now.
I wouldn't say that.
Listen.
There's oh man, I can't even tell you. There's one game where two of our.
Now you're just blaming it on other people.
Nah, I'm putting this out there. There's two of our other big time players, our running back and our tight end receiver.
Yep.
They got suspended, so they couldn't play in the game. So I had to play running back. Me and another guy had to play running back.
Russ, I think was Russ.
Yeah, and so it wasn't a good night. That game.
It was frustrating blocking for someone like that. You're supposed to go to the left. He's running left and right in the backfield.
You see him trying to put a little joke in there right now.
Calling you out, man.
Well, he did a good job. I'm not gonna lie, he did a great job though.
Sanders.
He was a quarterback.
I wanted him to play fullback, but he was too scared.
Nah, in practice, and nobody would stop it. I did everything in practice.
Oh my!
You name it, running back, linebacker. I did everything in practice.
He tried to.
6-4, man.
To the point that when we used to be playing defense, right, they used to get mad at me because I'll stop the play in the backfield.
When you were running the ball?
Nah, I mean when we all in defense.
Just picture this. Picture a whole bunch of not even 6 foot linemen. How tall was everybody in high school? We're like
6'2",
5'11". This guy's like 6'9". Like, it's a big difference, you know.
They couldn't even run the play. Coach, get him out.
So you weren't playing tackle in high school?
No, I did D-tackle and everything.
Did everything, you said. Running back in practice.
I'm saying on offense, you were
I was at guard. I was at right guard. Yeah. So.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. He can play guard for the Jets, too.
I mean, you know, yeah. I mean, I feel more comfortable at tackle, to tell you the truth.
Everybody I know, a couple Redskins players told me the same thing. That being a tackle, I mean, first of all, that's where you make your money.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta be graceful. That's
why they're all comfortable there. You notice?
You do, exactly. But for me, I mean, regardless, you know, you gotta make your money. But when I'm at tackle, I'm like, you know, when you're at guard, you kind of inside, so you got work, which I don't have a problem with. But I wasn't used to that. Mm-hmm. You know, coming out of college, but when you're at tackle, it's like a one-on-one. You just like you're a DN, and you know he's athletic, and that's when you gotta move your feet. And I love moving my feet, you know. And
you lucky I ain't go against you.
Nah, I mean I would have destroyed him.
Might have an opportunity. Do you guys play this year?
Nah.
No, the Niners is nope, not on the schedule.
Nah.
Because when I was in Oakland, they put me at DN a little bit, and I was doing my thing out there.
Nah, I don't think. Hey,
so
man,
I'm just letting you know now.
Like if he's playing a game, I was like, Coach, I need to play that game.
they still would have had him on the sideline with his little hoodie on.
I need to play that game so I can bury him on the ground.
Yeah, right.
So I want an honest assessment. Obviously, you guys are good friends, but I want an honest assessment. Who's the team to beat in the AFC? Coming from an NFC linebacker.
No, man.
Oh man, I really don't know, man. You never know what's gonna happen next year. I mean, like I learned this in college, in high school. Al Golden told me this: every year a team is reborn, so you never know what's gonna happen.
I mean, you have teams like Kansas City this year who had made great strides.
Yep.
You have even the Oakland Raiders.
Oh yeah.
Finished the season.
They did real well.
They did real good.
And then you have the 49ers where everybody expected to do well.
So maybe this year they'll do something.
Maybe because now people
it's
write them off.
It's a surprise.
Where do you say, on a serious level, I mean, seriously, you're playing behind some guys that are entrenched, you know. You're playing behind one of the best linebackers in the game, if not the best, in Patrick Willis. Where do you see yourself this year with the 49ers?
I mean, I can just continue my role on special teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's still making a living. That's still living my dream, being a part of the team.
Sure.
Special teams is 1/3 of the game. You don't have to play offensive defense to make a name for yourself. You can be a special teams player and make a name for yourself that way. You can still make it to Pro Bowls. You can still do everything that an offensive, defensive player could do. So if I have to just continue and just play special teams, I'll do it, hands down.
Okay. Vlad?
I mean, you know, like pretty much, I mean, like we were, talking about earlier, you know, it comes to a point like now, like, I want to play, I want to be on the field, doing my part because, last year, I mean, even though, things didn't work out as well for me, but at the same time, I felt like I learned a lot and I got way better than when I first came in. And, it was frustrating just seeing on the sideline, seeing everybody like, getting this win together and, just every time we won a game, even when we lose, it was just frustrating just seeing on the sideline, just watching, like, not be able to do anything. And so that's this year, once again, I have, I have a chance, to go out again and, show the coaches that, everything I learned and take it from there.
So has the game slowed down for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, after a while, it just slowed down because you just saw, like, because at first everything was just moving so fast, you didn't even know, like, what to do, but now it's just like you slow down, you react faster and, you reading body language, all that stuff. So.
We have another question on Sports Journey. They're asking if you guys are organized in workouts with teammates or other players in general.
Me personally, yeah. I'm with Andre Neville at Temple. I mean, we do our own little workouts over there. So as far as somebody else in the NFL, I work out with him. I try to get Vladimir to come out to Philly, but he wants to stay in Jersey.
Nah, I mean, he was working out at Jersey before, too.
Yeah, I used to, but, I'm back at school. I'm trying to get my academics done.
I mean,
trying to get his education ready.
We're working at Test Sports. I know some people heard about it. Brian Martin, Kevin. They both the owners, and we have a.
Where's that at?
It's
Martinsville,
New Jersey, yeah. And we have a good trainers like Skip Fuller and Gare. I'm actually working out with Jamal Westerman, Chris Jenkins, a lot of other guys, a couple of Buffalo Bills guys in there working out. And every day, man, we getting it in. To the point that after a workout, you can't even walk no more. So
that's a good workout.
What are you now, like 3:30?
Yeah, I'm 3:30.
You guys need to get together with my man over there, Mr. Ray, right there, Triangle Ray. He's my personal trainer, as you guys can see. I just started, but that man right there, he works out a lot of former NFL guys himself at a gym in Nutley, New Jersey. So you guys will talk, but definitely, I want to come out to one of these workouts with you guys. Kick a soccer ball around. Forget that, because I ain't. You guys can't catch me, so you can't tackle me. So I'm not even gonna try to play.
I don't know about that. I catch fast people.
I'm not fast at all. But we'll play some soccer. I like to play some soccer with you guys one day.
Let's do it. I actually have a little competition going on at Temple with the two field goal kickers, one punter, one field goal kicker, and another linebacker. He's from Africa, so we say we can outdo them in soccer. So we're trying to have a little.
Just trying to go Ocho Cinco on us.
Hey man,
and I'm gonna do it.
You gotta diversify yourself during hard
That's how you know you're
times.
an athlete. That's how you know you're a true athlete. You can do it all.
You know what? We've almost done 2 hours. About the next 6 minutes before we wrap up. We haven't even talked about the NCAA tournament at all. Well, we kind of did, but
I know I'm a Temple Owl, so I'm a root for my Temple Owls. But I think UConn is gonna win it.
The whole thing.
Yep.
They're playing tough,
because
man.
Kemba Walker oh man.
I gotta say what's up to Alicia and Sean Jackson, neighbors of ours. That's Kemba Walker's aunt. His mom's her sister. So, they check out all the shows all the time. So what's up to them? And they're very proud of him.
Hey, that's probably the only thing I'm gonna agree with them.
Oh, here we go.
UConn. They're doing.
You guys are being homers, man.
UConn doing a good job right now. So I'm not even gonna lie. And they're playing another type of kind of basketball right now.
So you still represent, what is it, 203? Is that
203, baby.
All day.
Connecticut, man.
203,
Let me tell you, Connecticut got me back when I was at Georgetown. Big East Championship. Ray Allen threw up that garbage, man.
Hey, look at him now.
It went in.
Look at Ray Allen now.
Ray's nice. So, Chris?
I went out to Connecticut. Honestly, all joking aside, I went out to Connecticut with St. Benedict's Prep. We killed like the number 4 team in the state 13-0, and the number 1 team in the state like 9-0. It was like a cakewalk for us. We love Connecticut.
He had to call them out. See, that's messed up, man.
Had to put some salt. Had to put some salt in it.
Just saying, those Jersey boys, we can kick a soccer ball around.
Oh, here we go with this Jersey nonsense.
Well, let me get your thoughts. You guys came out, and I want to see your own personal assessments. How you think you did tonight?
I did well. Just having a regular conversation. Just like I do with my boys. So, y'all my new boys.
All right.
Let's put it that way.
All right.
And that's my little man, Vladdy, over there.
I feel like, we did pretty good tonight. So, I haven't had a conversation like that in a while.
You warmed up, man, because when you came on, I was a little concerned. Seriously.
Nah,
you were kind of like...
he got a little hype once you brought up Rex Ryan.
As soon as he said that, he almost attention.
Don't let him fool you.
You got him in his coat now, Rex Ryan coat.
So he brings out the confidence even off the field. Rex Ryan stays with you.
You got to though, because you guys see it. You guys see it every day. You got to.
Real quick, what's it like having Broadway Joe around? Is he fun? You're on the offensive side of the ball, so he's probably in some of those meetings. How is it?
It's fun.
Comes around with his fur coats and his bell bottoms.
Bell bottoms. Oh man, you gotta see Vladdy in a pair of those.
Nah, you never see me with that something like that.
He's a good dude, man. He came on one of the shows on Sports Journey, Joe Namath, and I think it's important, for old veterans and not veterans, but old legends to get around the teams that. Let's face it, he's a Jet. That's how everybody knows him. I think he plays somewhere else, too.
With the St. Louis Rams, or whatever, the Rams. Something Rams. Was it the Rams? I don't know if it was St. Louis, but it was
Los Angeles Rams.
Whatever was the Rams at the time.
Yep.
He played 4 games, I believe, in his last year, retired.
Yeah.
Listen, he's famous for predicting he was going to win the Super Bowl. And
it seems like even though you're a New York media guy, you still wear your Giants, jersey under there.
No.
It's like it pains you to say Chris.
I'm not a homer, man. I've never been a homer. When the Giants are bad, I say it.
But when they win, you're leading that picket line.
Listen, did I mess with you the year they won the Super Bowl? I told you they were going to make the playoffs.
You did?
No, I messed with Sergio.
Okay. Yeah. No.
We're talking about a Dallas Cowboys fan they never do nothing wrong. So you have to understand.
Yeah. Here we go. People out there. We did have somebody out there say, Jets, Jets. So we heard that.
I mean, we in Jersey, man.
That's the only reason why.
Not even. I mean, we go to Connecticut right now. We go to Connecticut. Connecticut at first was like all Patriots and Giants fans. But you go to Connecticut. I went to Connecticut like last weekend, was it? I mean, I was seeing a lot of people rocking the Jet shirt around. So
that's what Chris told me. You did tell me that was kind of like Giants territory up in Connecticut.
Yeah, Connecticut and Jersey. It was all Long Island for the. What do you think about maybe the possibility? Because there's a rumor that HBO might go back to you guys for Hard Knocks. Would you? Don't speak for your team, but would you like to do it yourself again?
Oh yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it again.
Ugly 3 times in a row.
Hey, there is no one with that.
3-time champion.
3-time champion being ugly.
There is no one with that, man.
There's nothing wrong with that, Vladdy.
Yeah, well, look, folks, we got to get ready to wrap up the show tonight. Once again, I want to thank everyone over here at Fork River House here in Fork River, New Jersey. Once again, you can go to their Facebook page at LaceyMoose.com. Did a great job. Great venue. A lot of people checking out the show. A lot of people checking out the NCAA tournament. We'll be back next week here on Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. These two young men, they had a great time. We'll see if we can get them back out as always on Sports Journey. Remember, coming up for myself and then for Chris, Chris starts off the scheduling again on Monday, 2 to 4 from Newark, New Jersey. Talking New York sports scene, New Jersey sports scene. Always does a great job with that. I'll be back out Monday night. My show will be from Primetime Sports Bar in Fairfax, Virginia. Lorenzo Alexander from Washington Redskins. A couple of guys will be talking about the CBA. Chris Russell from ESPN 980 will be coming out as well. We've got to get out of here, folks. Have a wonderful night. Be safe.
Good night.
In sports radio news and information, 24-hour coverage. 24 hour. The Sports Journey Broadcast Network.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 120,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, Cover America Auto Care has announced revolutionary, inexpensive mechanical breakdown coverage that is now available to the general public to save consumers thousands on auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for drivers to call who own a vehicle that is less than 10 years old for a free 5-minute quote.